Hey there, fellow instructional technology grad students. Larry Singleton here from McIntosh High School. Rather than offer a traditional 1-hour workshop on instructional technology, I opted to put together a digital resource using course sites by Blackboard and invite teachers to join and learn the tools that were of the most interest to them. That invitation was extended to all of the faculty at McIntosh High School during a staff meeting on Wednesday before spring break. That invitation was in the form of a 2.5-minute slide speech presentation, which is one of my favorite tools. I'll give you just a brief snippet of that so you can see.
This presentation is about an opportunity for you to join a professional learning community here at McIntosh. I will attempt to explain how such a community is beneficial to everyone involved. Larry Singleton asked me to give this presentation on his behalf because he tends to get long-winded.
It kept the attention of everybody at the faculty meeting, and so far, in spite of the fact that we're on spring break, I've had about 11 teachers who've responded and joined the website. So now I'm going to give you an overview of what that looks like. You're looking at the welcome page. The first couple of things I want to point out are there some tasks that hopefully teachers will undertake. The first is a survey of your level of technology use. And the members of my PLC group will recognize that this is the low-T survey that we created. It's a Google Form survey, and it'll give me some good raw data on the level of technology implementation that the teachers who have joined this course. The second item is a Padlet board, and I've just asked teachers to post their thoughts, comments, suggestions, sort of a community bulletin board that will always be available for teachers that are enrolled in this community. The navigation bar over here is the real heart and soul of the site. The first item you see is featured tools, which is just a summary with icons for all the various tools that are featured in these first 10 categories. 5 more categories are under construction, and future categories could be added as well. Each of these icons has a link to that particular provider's website for teachers who want to just skip the training and go directly to that spot. But over here under current categories, you'll see is where the majority of the content for this site resides, and each one of these categories are formatted in essentially the same way. So for an example of what these category pages look like, let's go to the first one that I've labeled as digital post-it walls. And here you'll see that I've listed 3 tools that can be used for this practice. I've got Padlet, list things in Google Draw. Now Padlet is one that I've already checked off here that I use successfully, and hopefully over time more and more teachers will give us a rating so that we can see which of the tools are most used and most popular among the teachers in this learning community. If we enter the Padlet content folder, we'll see the first thing that exists in most of these content folders is a review from Graphite, which is an educational technology tool review site. It's dynamic, always up-to-dated, constantly being up-to-date from the Common Sense Media Organization, which is a nonprofit. All of the content folders for each tool have at least 1, if not 2 or 3, YouTube videos about the tool and how to use it. In this case, I've included a link to the professional learning community discussion forum about Padlet, and also an example of a Padlet wall that teachers can play around with and post if they'd like. If I back up to the content page for all of the tools in this category and scroll down, I'll see that I have a discussion forum for this particular tool. If I select that and go to a post that I've created on how I use Padlet for brainstorming, and I have a description here. I've also included a link to a Padlet and a QR code, which is one of the features that Padlet offers for dissemination of access to a particular Padlet wall. So we back up now. After we see the discussion forum, I can mark it as reviewed, and then I can proceed to take a digital post-it wall self-assessment. So I'll quickly show you that. When I begin the assessment, I'm presented with instructions, and I have 5 questions to answer. I'll say yes to all these questions. It's about my use. Am I willing to share and invite a principal or department chair to view my use of this tool? Am I confident that I can help another teacher implement it? And did I submit a post on the digital wall that included information and an example of how I use this? So when I save and submit this and verify that, when I go back to the web page for those type of tools, navigate away from here at the bottom now I will see that I have earned an achievement award, which is a badge. So let's look at those now and look at all the badges that I've earned. You can see that I've earned 5 badges, and there are 5 others that are available to me. So just a quick recap of this resource. We have 10 categories available, 5 under construction, each category having the tools with a rating system for the teachers to indicate whether or not they've used it successfully. Within each category, a review system, which is graphite.org, a video tutorial, and then within each category we have a discussion forum where examples and illustrations of how it's used can be posted, as well as a rating system from other teachers, and then a self-assessment exam and a badge that can be earned. The one thing that's missing that hopefully can be added to this type of a resource is some form of verification and the award of credit hours toward earning professional learning units. That would be a great incentive to teachers to participate and earn these badges. So that's it. I'd be glad to make this available to any of you who wish. You can email me and I'll submit an invitation to you to join this site. Thank you.